Hi everyone, it's Sabrina Woodworth with Work Lessons 101, and today's question is how to deal with a difficult client. There's many different types of clients. So the first thing you need to do is categorize your client. Why are they difficult? Are they a bully? Are they sexist? Are they bigoted? Are they abusive? So anything that is something like abuse, sexist, bigoted, that's stuff you deal with HR. You shouldn't have to deal with clients like that. That is a different definition of difficult. So that's the first thing you need to assess. The second is how often do you have to interact with them? So when I worked in retail, I dealt with a lot of difficult clients, but my interactions with them were no more than an hour. So it's not necessarily a battle worth fighting for. So a lot of the, self-entitled clients, difficult clients, I just kind of let slide because it just simply wasn't worth my time to deal with them. But for the second category, clients that you have to work with often, all the time, like the industry I work in, my client I could be working with for the next 2 years while we engineer their projects. So it's something that you're going to have to work and you're going to have to develop a strategy. So that's the first thing. So first you have to categorize them, then assess their difficulty, and decide whether you go to battle with them. That's not necessarily literally an argument or confrontation, but you're going to have to come up with some strategy on working with them. So in those cases, you need to assess their motive. Like, why are they difficult? Some people are simply difficult to be difficult. Some people just bark to hear themselves bark. Some people are a bully. There's many different reasons, different generations, conflict sometimes too. So sometimes it's you that needs to change. And sometimes it's just simply a difficult client. So I'm going to use an example from my own career on how I worked with a bully. This is when I was out in the field, actually. I was commissioned in one of our systems to turn over, and one of the automated valves was malfunctioning. So we had to kind of come up with an innovative solution to get the system operating. But this was not to the satisfaction of this particular person. And they yelled and they continually bullied me to try to get me to agree to an unrealistic schedule. And I just wouldn't budge. Just simply because I wasn't a miracle. I couldn't actually fix meet the schedule that they wanted. It was an impossible ask. So I did a little bit of digging, and I found out that this individual had promised their superiors that they would have this system over by a certain period of time. And by me admitting that I could hit that time, and when I didn't deliver, the blame could be put onto me. So the strategy that I came up with to deal with this bully was essentially not to back down. Bullies only respond to strength. And I never became emotionally compromised with this person. So every single time they started yelling at me, I stated the exact same thing. As I stated before, the system will be up and running, fully functional by this date. And I always kept to that answer. I never budged off that answer. And when he got yelled and got even louder and louder, I actually spoke lower and lower. So it forced them to listen to me. This occurred 3 separate times, and on the 4th time, they let it go. So again, I kept my strength. I was dying on the inside during this entire time. I don't like those types of confrontations, but sometimes you need to stick up for yourself. You have to always remain emotionally in control, never compromise your ethics or your integrity for anyone. That is kind of one of the strategies. Again, if you have a difficult client, you got to figure out why they're difficult and come up with a strategy of how you're going to adjust. If you're a leader of a team, sometimes you need to shield your team from that person. And that unfortunately means that you get all the bullets, but you're the shield to your team. Sometimes you need to do that. Anyways, hopefully that was helpful and answered your question. Please reach out to me on any of my social media sites or on my website, worklessons101.com. Have a great night.